Welcome to the Ausgel podcast, where we bring the gel ball community together. Each week we have a special guest where we talk about what's new in the world of gel ball, be it milsim, speedball, and everything in between. Now, welcome to our host. Hi, I'm Dan from Ausgel.
Hi, I'm Taylor from M4A1 at Burleigh Heads.
Hi, I'm Jasmine from the Sloperators.
And I'm Red from the Sloperators.
And today we're joined by some of the ladies from the world of gel ball. Ladies, thank you very much for coming in today. We're just going to start off this podcast with a little bit of more of an introduction about each of you and where you came from, how you got into gel ball. So let's start with yourself, Tay. How did you get into gel ball and sort of what are you doing in gel ball at the moment?
I believe that my introduction is still centered around you, of course. So Niall and I sort of came into it at the same time. I was more standoffish at first.
Yep.
Now I'm working for the retail store down at Burleigh. So, yeah.
Cool. And Jasmine?
I come in probably about 2 years ago, just going into the CQB Tactical Edge. Just, nothing special. And then about a year after that, I did a couple of photo shoots for them. Yep. And then now it's just taking a whole new turn into the speedball side. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
And Red. You've done this before?
Came into it a few years ago. Started off as a big joke around kind of thing with Tom shooting me, so it was game on. And then, Ausgel picked me up and ended up being thrown into deep end with some comps, and here I am.
Excellent. You're doing all right as well. There's some good footage out there of you playing one of the recent comps, actually. Now, let's talk about what it's like working in the industry. I know that each one of you ladies have had some experience at some point working in the industry. So, Tay, what's your experience been like? You're in retail, yeah?
Yes. I come from a predominantly retail background as well. That's my work experience. I've found that the retail shop there is so far my favourite retail experience. It's just a really awesome place to work.
Is it just the people or being around gel blasters or?
Yeah, both. And the clientele, you know, they've got some really cracker stories. They come from a diverse background, you know, just a really excellent place to work.
Very cool. And how about yourself, Jasmine? You've had some experience working in the industry?
Yeah, not much, but I'm more, like you said, the creative side. So I'd just done that photo shoot pretty much for Tech Edge. And that just sort of the exposure from that was nuts. But that's really all.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that you got into the hobby as well.
I got right in.
That's great. Yeah. Fantastic.
You do have some girls that do the photo shoot and then they don't actually play.
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully we can change that over time with people like yourselves. And Red, what's it been like for you? You've had some experience working. You're still working in the industry?
Yeah, I did some work for M4 for a while in the retail sector. Had to leave because of my own health.
Yeah.
But I'm actually a behind-the-scenes social media marketer and also doing tech work for another field.
Oh, excellent.
Anyone can guess who that is.
Urban Gel Ball. Hey, Tim. Hey, Rach. Hey, everyone out there at Urban. All right, we know who that one is. Okay, now the gel ball industry has had a few years to mature now. Do you feel that after all of that time, females are well presented in gel ball?
Honestly, not really. I think a lot of the time we're more seen as poster girls and little feminine princesses or something. I think we're really still trying to assert our dominance in that, and got a heap of girls. Like we've got us girls here, but it's also Erin and Teagues from Carnage and Jade from Damage that have really proven that we're not to be not to be screwed with. We will take you down.
Well, that was incredible. There's actually, I remember during one of the previous AGBLs, Jade from Damage Cartel, she had like a mad dash to the flag on the cross. And her and a fella on the other side have both grabbed the flag. They're seesawing off the middle. And she's like used one hand to like yoink the flag down, lift the guy up off the ground, and then shot him in the face. Yeah. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, she's got intense strength.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, it's really good to see. And I think you guys, you're pretty good examples of, females who are genuinely in the industry because they want to be. And how about yourself, Jasmine? How do you find being a female in the industry? Do you feel that they're well presented, or?
I agree with Red. I feel like I'm taken as a joke a lot of the time, because I remember when I was buying my full HPA setup, the people in the shop were just like, it's not for you. And I was like, yeah, like, it's for me. And they're like, no, it's not. Like, no, like they just wouldn't believe that it was for me. Like, it's just, it's crazy. But
well, good on you. I mean, you've basically been recruited by the Sloperators, from what I understand.
Yeah.
How are you finding that?
Very exciting. It's very challenging, of course, but yeah, it's really exciting. Like, I can't wait to learn more and get more into it. Definitely.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, look, I do hear from the Sloperators, Red and the captains, and that one of the things they've told me about yourself and the others who have joined is you're all very keen and motivated, and it's good that you want to be there because you want to be there.
Yeah,
so that's excellent.
Can hold down a lane better than most males can as well.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I did. I was watching you guys at the Hardcore Speedball event. I was watching the live stream, and you did pretty well. I mean, good sportsmanship, and I still believe that you guys were competitive there. So that's good. And how about yourself, Tay? Like, I mean, I know that you've sort of just recently come on board in retail, but you've been involved because Niall, your husband, is also the captain of the Sloperators.
He is.
So you've had some experience.
sucks.
What are your thoughts? yeah, he sucks. He's also watching. Yeah.
Look, I guess it's like a lot of other male-dominated industries. Sometimes you can see that the females are losing their representation and losing their voice. Nothing against the customers that come into the Burleigh Head store. I love most of them. I love those guys. I love the girls that come in. It's great to have a yarn with them. You do still find, though, that there are those people that come in and they look at me and go, where's the man? You know, like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I am still building up that knowledge base, but I feel like I have a really good grasp of what people are looking for. I know how everything in the shop works. That's my job. That's what I'm there to do. So I do get a little bit frustrated when people dismiss me straight away without giving me a chance.
And they shouldn't, because from what I understand, you've got quite a lot of knowledge now about gel blasters in general, and even some basic teching. And I think that's, first and foremost, one of the most important things for people at home to remember is that when you walk into a gel blaster store, if you see a female there, they've gone through an interview process. They've gone through the same process all the guys have. So getting to that position, you've earned your position. And that's the important thing to remember. So
I found the same thing when I was working at M4. I had a guy, I was the closest person. He walked in, looked at me, and went straight down the end to Red. Funniest thing, it was a vector, which is my specialty, so he got sent straight back to me. I was like, come here, darling.
Excellent. I got you. I love it. All right. Now, let's get your perspective now, ladies. How do you think we can further grow the gel ball community?
I think a lot of it will just be to continue to reach out to other people that might be tentative to join something like that, like I was at first. Don't be shy. Turn up. Come and watch a game. Come and play a casual game. I went and played casually with Paul and Chris from the Burleigh shop, I don't know, a month ago at Nuketown. That was my first time there, but I loved it. I was a noob playing on the field. I've not played too many times on the field. I'm still working that out, but I really enjoyed myself. I didn't feel like too big of a fool. Everyone sort of welcomed me there in that space. So just show up.
That's really good. That's a really good perspective there. How about you guys?
Yeah, I completely agree with Taylor. Yeah.
What was your first experience? Where did you first play?
Tactical Edge, my home
Oh,
field.
nice.
Yeah,
GSA or the big outdoor one?
GSA.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I love the close quarter CQB. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, lots of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And Red?
Yeah, I agree with Taylor, especially try to get some more girls into it that, if you're uncertain about something, because I know there is guys out there that are like, look, just don't worry about it, just move on, all that kind of stuff. Or they'll give advice on gear and equipment, which is good for a male, but it's not necessarily good for a female. Like, I know some of the dudes on the team, they rock heavy stuff, and I've held it. I'm like, you can keep that.
Yeah.
That's way too heavy for me. Like, if you're a girl wanting to get into it, hit up another girl.
Yeah,
Message one of us or something. I'm sure that we can help you out with what you need and everything, and just come run with us
Yep.
if you really want to.
Yep.
Excellent.
Come see me at the store. You can hit me up on the Facebook page.
On the shell phone.
The shell phone.
So M4A1 Burley?
Yeah, M4A1 Gel
Yep.
Blasters, Burley Heads.
Okay, now you mentioned shell phone. Tell us the story.
So what was it? Is it a Drake or something?
Yeah, the cell phone. You know the Call Me on the Cell Phone song. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm with you.
Reach me
Yeah.
on the shell phone instead.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. Cool. All right. Now, while we are laughing, tell us about your funniest experiences in Gel Ball so far. Let's go around the table for this one. So we'll start with Red.
My funniest one.
Yeah. Could be shooting your husband in the face.
Oh, I've done that numerous times. That's just not even funny anymore. That's just sad. I guess the comps and everything.
Yep.
Where you have dudes that drop all the other dudes and then try to 3v1 me and I win.
Ah, yes.
I
do
find
remember
that hilarious. So
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, she can clutch.
Yeah, love it. Well, that you actually mentioned, I remember there's a story you told me a while ago where during a comp, you'd knocked some guy out on the other side. And as he's walking out, you've been knocked and he's gone sucked in or something like that. I mean, I don't know if that's so much funny, but I mean, does that sort of thing ever like...
I think that happens a lot. It's like one of those on-field banter things like, hey,
Yeah.
suck it. You got dropped as well. But I think
Yeah.
the last comp, I shot the dude that had the flag, and as I ran past, I was just like, yoink. Yeah, I didn't mean for it. It's just like, if you actually put a mic on underneath my mask, the stuff that comes out of my mouth, especially if I'm by myself, I'm sitting there, I'm like, don't be suspicious.
I think we're going to have to hook that up next time, guys. Yeah.
Oh, there is sound effects and everything. Someone like shoot at me, I'm like, yeah. I make the weirdest sound effects.
Oh, good stuff. And how about you, Jazz? Yeah, you had any funny experiences in Gel Ball?
Oh, wow. There was one time at Tack Edge, I was running around the back and Defiance was playing as well. I can't remember his name, but he was coming like that way. I was coming this way and we've ran into each other, but me being so little, I've just fully like rebounded, fallen back. I got concussion.
Oh, what?
I thought I cracked my dye mask. Like my mum wouldn't let me go to sleep because she thought I wouldn't wake up because of the concussion.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But yeah, that takes the cake
Far
for
out.
sure. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Shocking just as much as it is funny.
Still to this day, I'm just like, wow. Like,
Jeez.
yeah.
And Tay, surely you're in retail, man. I mean, you've got to have some.
We could tell you some stories about the people that come in wanting to shoot the magpies.
Ah, yes.
Wednesday seems to be the day. But actually, my favourite story is before I'd even played before. I told Niall I wanted to know what it felt like to be shot by the ultra elites because, you know, they're super hard and super scary.
Yep.
So I was standing in front of our door and there's a long corridor between the kitchen and the lounge room where he was standing with his gat. And I kept running away. I wouldn't let him shoot me. I tried facing him and I'd be like, no, not ready. And then I tried facing away from him. I just did like a crab walk behind a kitchen counter. I was like so frightened to have him shoot me like that, like dead on. But then we went and played at Area 51.
Yep.
And I just jumped straight into it and I was racing around there like a mad thing, just
up on the Sunshine
everybody,
Coast.
getting shot. Yeah. And it didn't worry me at all. And I didn't even realise I was being shot until later on. And I saw my legs were covered in welts. I was like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad.
It's funny how you don't feel the shots with the adrenaline. Like, you realise you've been arced up afterwards when you have a shower or whatever and you go, oh, holy crap, you know, and you're covered in welts.
I've almost had blood drawn. I think Adam actually, Hellshound, he got me a beauty, my first double SA thing where I thought I was going to throw up the whole time.
Yeah.
Played against our own team and he shot me so close to the lady bits and it was this giant bruise like this. He thought it was freaking hilarious and he still won't let me live that down. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to shoot you back one day.
Brilliant. Awesome. All right. Now, favourite gel blaster and why?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I really like at the moment in the store, we have the WeTech gas pistols.
Oh, they are nice.
I love those. I think for me personally, they're a lot easier than the ones you load with the CO2 canisters.
Yep.
You don't have to muck around so much. So that's good
Yeah.
for me because I'm a bit lazy.
Yeah.
I love
Nice.
it. You can just smack that can straight in there and gas it back up and away you go.
Good to go. Excellent. So, green gas, love it.
Yeah.
And Jazz?
I've always been a big fan of an MPX. Like, it hits hard
Ah.
out of the box. It looks good. You can upgrade it. You can do whatever you want. Like, it's so versatile. It's so good.
Yep.
Yeah, love it. Either that or the
MPX, and that's
Phantom.
like
Yeah.
a shorter blaster, isn't
Yeah.
it? Similar to like a CQB, ARP9, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I need that because I like every time I run around a corner, I'm known I smack the end of it and
Yeah.
like everything like that. So
Yeah.
it's really good. I love it.
That's good. And I guess good for CQB as well because it's so
Perfect,
short.
yeah.
And red.
I have vectors and I love them, but I actually really like the ARPs. Like
Yep.
they are
Yes.
laser accurate. Mag like it's crap,
Yeah.
but it's just straight out of the box how accurate they are.
Yeah, they
I
smack.
just love them.
And
I love
Yeah.
salties actually.
Yeah.
The way he's modified the end of it and everything,
Yeah.
so you don't actually have to sit there and fiddle to change your hop up. You can literally just like,
And it's
I
done.
love it.
Yeah, I got to agree. A lot of people out there, when they see my blaster, they expect it to be this crazy $5,000 piece that I've thrown absolutely every mod possible into. No, I actually run a stock standard ARP9 with a hop up on the end. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Yes, I got a drum mag. I don't compete in tournaments or anything, so I do the lazy option. But yeah, great blaster, the ARP9 for sure. Awesome. All right. We'll go this way this time. Milsim or speedball, Red?
Play the speedball comp, so obviously I'm going to choose speedball
Yep.
over the other, but I don't mind Milsim because I'm so tiny I can hide behind anything.
Yeah.
So that's good, but I do the same thing in speedball. Basically all those bunkers I can stand behind.
I do remember that because back when I used to play with the Sloperators, I remember there was a game where I think you were on one of the Slops teams, I was on the other. And I remember looking at you down the other end of the field. You were behind one of the pillars. I was on the other one, and all I could see was this tiny little smidgen of red from your lens. And I saw that and your barrel underneath, and I remember thinking, how the hell is she doing that? Yeah, I mean, you can't see anything, but she's getting accurate fire on me, and I'm there trying to like squeeze in as much as I can now. I'm not the smallest of people, let's be honest. But I mean, looking at what she was able to manage over the other side, it's mind blowing. She's only like exposed a centimetre or something.
Yeah, I've had a few people tell me that. Like Zach told me that and everything at Double SA that he found it so hard that he nearly completely finished all of his mags because I showed this tiny little bit.
Yep.
I think that actually comes from my nerdy competitive laser tag days.
Yep. A lot of people aren't aware of laser tag as well. That had quite a big scene at one point in time.
Yeah. I was actually asked to play nationals for laser tag as well.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's actually a big thing, and there are so many rules to that. Like, you think there's a lot of rules in this? That's so many rules, and I think that's part of the reason I'm actually decent at all this because of doing that. Like, you used to have to dodge lasers and everything, which is not freaking easy, but managed it somehow. No, I never played nationals. I had a job, so I was like, nope.
Damn. And how about yourself, Jasmine? Milsim or speedball?
Well, I started in Milsim
Yep.
for all the years, and I've only really just started getting into speedball. But yeah, I'm sort of leaving that behind now, moving into the whole speedball thing. So
Excellent.
yeah,
And you're enjoying it so far?
love it.
Oh, fantastic. All right, Tay.
You know, it's speedball.
Yeah,
No disrespect to the Milsim community. I love what
Yeah.
they do. It's amazing. That's their thing. They rock that. But for me, it's speedball.
Yeah, nice. Well, there you have it, folks. Speedball is the way to go. Now, ladies, thank you very much for joining us today on the podcast. Really appreciate it. What we're going to do now is let the good folks at home find out where to find you and follow you. So, Red, where can people find you and follow you?
Instagram under Sloperator Red, and you can search me on Facebook under just Crystal Kime Good luck spelling my last name though.
Awesome. And you're in a bunch of videos as well with Ausgel anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure people see me comment on something and be like, it's this one.
Excellent. And yourself, Jazz?
I only have Instagram at the moment, so that's just 86jazz23.
Cool. And Taylor?
A lot of my socials personally are private. You can look me up on Instagram under _Swift, or you can pop onto the M4A1 Gel Blaster Belly Heads Facebook page and send me a message there.
The _Swift, as in Taylor Swift?
Yep, that's a joke from high school.
Excellent. Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, thanks again very much. And ladies and gents, I'm Dan from Ausgel. As always, you can find Ausgel on Instagram under Ausgel Ammo, at www.ausgel.com.au, and under all the other socials as Ausgel. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. It means a lot to us. If you enjoyed today's podcast, leave a comment or review below and hit the follow or subscribe button. If you have any questions or want to be part of a future episode, or even want to know more about Ausgel, head to ausgel.com.au to get in touch.